25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning to you.
So let us rejoice.
Grenada, Carriacou, P.T. Martinique, the rest of the world. It's Monday, yeah?
Yeah, my pride.
Didn't you realize that? Oh, of course it is Monday. Good morning, Yulin. Good morning, Mary Banks. Good morning, Yolande Swan, Lydia Cameron, Cicely Blackman, Mildred Smith and Shem. Good morning. Zamora, good morning. Howdy do? Sylvina Charles is in the building. Good morning, Sylvina. Hope you all had a great weekend, eh? Yeah, mine was just, the normal, Yeah, making sure that I stay well. Cheryl Charles, good morning to you.
Thank you.
How are you this morning?
Merciful Father. Oh, yes.
All right, we're pressed for time, so let's hit the road running. Let's get on with the word of the day. And the word of the day today is the word credo. Credo. C-R-E-D-O. Let's see how quick we can have it up on the television.
So even though
Debbie, good morning to you and the family. The Sandersons, good morning.
I know you got
Yeah, it's up. Credo.
to turn this,
C-R-E-D-O. And what it means is a system of principles or beliefs.
and yes,
A system of principles or beliefs. Here's how we can use it in a sentence. She lived by the credo that hard work and perseverance would lead to a success.
oh Father, thank you for my daily bread.
Yeah,
Oh, merciful Father,
credo.
bless my soul is fed.
And it's time to say good morning to Nadisha and the folks inside of Cafe as we head on to the motivational tip of the day.
Play the music. Play it one more time.
One last time. We've got the motivational tip up next, and it says nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I like this.
I can tell
Nothing is impossible, because if you look at the spelling of it,
the minute Lord,
I am possible. All you need to do is start, alright? All you gotta do is make a start. Just make a start.
and once I give myself this, you'll take care of the rest.
So true. We're heading to the nutrition health tip.
For the privilege, oh merciful Father, to share this love you give. Oh,
Follow these steps and you'll be fine. Drink lots of water.
Women between the ages 45 and 55 experience perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. This naturally occurring phase in a woman's life comes with many physical and mental challenges that can last up to 14 years. Women face different challenges during each phase of menopause. These challenges are associated with sleep, bladder control, body temperature control and hot flashes, mood changes, joint and muscle pain, and vaginal health. Women in all stages of menopause are advised to eat a healthy and well-balanced diet and to participate in regular exercise and physical activity. A diet containing adequate amounts of dairy and dairy alternatives such as soy and nut milk, fruits and vegetables, high fiber foods, protein foods like beans, tofu, peas and lentils, and meats and small amounts of unsaturated fats like avocado and olive oil should be consumed. More fruits and vegetables during this time can also help to reduce hot flashes, helps promote better sleep, lowers rates of depression, improves blood pressure. Having a great diet can also help the body to get minerals such as calcium, iron and phytonutrients, and high quality proteins and fiber, which the body needs to function adequately while the body changes. Women experiencing menopause should try to reduce their consumption of highly processed foods, food and drink that contains lots of added sugar, alcohol, and caffeine. It is important to stay hydrated by drinking the recommended amount of water daily, which is about 11 cups. Check out our social media platforms for more information on this and more topics. Until next time, the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council reminds you to look, eat, and feel well.
Rolls ring a bell? Yes, they keep the body working.
20 minutes on to 7 o'clock.
God has made. So let us rejoice and be glad in it.
This morning in the conversation, I will be joined via the Zoom platform by Minister Karine James as we look at the Sagasm conference that's upcoming.
Well,
Yeah, we'll have some conversation on that. It's going to be a busy morning. Let's see what else is buzzing this morning. Yeah, good morning, good morning, good morning. Buzzing today, we've got, I've seen a post via the social media with, some bottles pelted in a place, boy. A man was placed on bail in the first illegal dumping matter before the court system. That's locally in the region. Taiwan's exclusion from the UN is criticized by St. Kitts and St. Vincent leaders. Internationally, at least 148 are dead in floods and landslides in Nepal. And in sports, Australia beat England and the rain to win the ODI series 3-2. Yeah. This and so much more coming up in the news.
So my life is filled with so much ups and downs. I know you got the powers to turn this thing around. Cause there is no need.
Joylyn Barry, good morning. Hi, good morning to all my friends and family. Happy month end to all guys. Blessing. Hi, my innocent. Good morning. Happy month end to you and your staff. Have a blessed day today. In Jesus' mighty name, amen and amen and amen to that.
Thank you for my day.
Udin Regis, good morning to you. Catherine Philippa, Margaret Alexander, Cheryl Forrester, good luck. Curland Francis, good morning. Wow. Bernadette Robinson is with us. Nutmeg Queen, good morning.
Play the music.
How you do? You alright?
One more time.
Nice. Good morning to the Faris out there in Beauregard. Budge Grove, good morning.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills from whence come.
Deacon Godric Pierre and family, good morning. Mike Noel, the Banana Man, good morning to you.
I can tell.
Good morning, Sayodi
Neither can I say.
and Lizzie.
The minute or the hour.
Good morning. Good morning to the Maras. Good morning, Miss Maras. How are you doing?
But until my work is over, I'll try to do my best. And once again,
Morning, Mr. Regis.
you'll take care of the rest.
And the folks inside of Bellevue in St. David. Dorrit Simon, good morning. Michelle Bernard, good morning. How do you do?
To share this love you give.
Folks, we take that break, and when we come back, we've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. Don't you go anywhere.
It's the event you won't want to miss. GIDC Business Deals Day is happening on Saturday, October 12th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Frequency Industrial Park playing field. Explore the latest products and service offerings from businesses within the industrial parks. Enjoy discounts on GIDC business support services and get fantastic deals on household items, building materials, accessories, condiments, and more, with exciting prizes up for grabs throughout the day. But that's not all. Dive into a mini health fair and career expo for valuable health, education, and employment opportunities, all while enjoying the sounds of Trio the Band and DJ Graphic Sounds. It will be a fun-filled day filled with eats, drinks, games, deals, and more. Mark your calendars and join the GIDC at Frequency Industrial Park playing field on Saturday, October 12th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. See you there.
Looking to take your business to new heights? Advertise with GPN on our social media platforms and get noticed by our 138,000 plus followers. Reach a massive engaged audience ready to connect with your brand. No matter your business size, GPN is here to help you grow. Contact us today at admin@gpn.gd or WhatsApp 407-8458 to get started.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Monday, September 30th, 2024, the final day in the month. Coming up, man placed on bail in the first illegal dumping matter before the court system. Taiwan's exclusion from the United Nations has been criticized by St. Kitts and St. Vincent leaders. Internationally, at least 148 are dead in floods and landslides in Nepal. And in sports, Australia beat England and rain to win Series 3-2. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Good morning. With the news in detail, I am Gordon Joseph. In a matter involving illegal dumping which occurred earlier this month, one man has been placed on bail, having been charged with the offense of illegal dumping. This is the first offense of illegal dumping to be brought before the Grenada court system. Since 6 months into its establishment, the Compliance Enforcement Unit of the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority has changed its modus operandi in the channeling of illegal matters through the court system. The unit, which has been heavily dependent on other institutions and ministries to carry matters such as illegal dumping, pollution of protected land and water systems, and inappropriate waste management practices through the court, on Thursday, 26th September, took its first case solely to the court. The investigations continue, and it is likely that a second person may be charged in relation to the matter. This is the first offense of illegal dumping to be brought before the Grenada court system. A truck operator of St. Andrew has been charged with the offense of illegal dumping. His next court appearance will be on January 29th, 2025, when he will make his second court appearance. That's before the Grenville Magistrates Court to answer the charge. The matter is in relation to illegal disposal of waste in the vicinity of the Dunfermline River, which occurred in late August. According to the Waste Management Act of 2001, illegal dumping carries a maximum penalty of $50,000 and 6 months in prison. The Compliance Enforcement Unit of the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority is preparing to take a number of other outstanding matters of a similar nature through the court system in the coming month. Feeding the future. That's the theme which guided this year's International Robotics Competition, which saw teams from around the globe in competition. The 2024 First Global Challenge in Athens, Greece, marks the first time that Team Grenada Robotics Club was being represented by a team of talented all-girls STEM, and STEM means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and that was a group of students from the T.A. Marichaud Community College. Dressed in traditional attire and proudly displaying Grenada's national flag, Team Grenada participated in the opening ceremony and Parade of Nations last Thursday. Team Grenada included this group of ambitious professionals: astrophysicist Emma Hanachuk, mechanical or civil engineer Eva Marie Chuk, Sustainable radiologist Therese Dowden-Barclay, environmental attorney Eloise Mitchell Goodings, and architect Keena Oliver. The September 27th to 29th part of the event took place at the Peace and Friendship Stadium in Piros. The theme challenge encouraged participants to design and build a robot using a standard kit of parts and maneuver the robot in a simulated world that emphasized the relationship between water, food, and energy systems, supporting a sustainable food system. Additionally, teams from over 190 countries took part in the Feeding the Future New Technology experience to develop innovative solutions for a more resilient and equitable food system. That ends the first segment of news. Stay with us. The regional roundup and international developments, along with the weather and the sports, they're up next. 8 minutes on to 7 o'clock. We now join the Caribbean News Desk for this morning's edition of the Caribbean News Roundup.
From the Caribbean News Desk, the morning edition. Good morning. I'm Dennis Chabrol.
And I'm Kendall Morgan with the latest from across the Caribbean.
Haiti has started to put things in place to hold elections before the end of next year. This confirmation has come from the country's Prime Minister Gary Conille, even as he implored the international community to increase support for the Kenya-led multinational security mission helping to restore stability to the country.
The government has already invested about $45 million, and by October we'll have $70 million of Haiti money invested in the electoral process, which is about half of what we think we'll need to be able to have a referendum on the Constitution by February and then elections by November. And we're quite confident with the assistance of our partners that we can do this, even though we know that we will not have the highest level of security, but we think we can work around that.
Kenya has announced plans to send 600 additional police officers to join the 400 already in Haiti. Jamaica, Belize, Barbados, the Bahamas, and Suriname are also contributing officers. The United States last week announced $160 million in additional support for the security mission and to build capacity in the Haitian police force.
A call for the International Decade for People of African Descent, which ends this year, to be extended for a further decade. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley issued a call on behalf of the Caribbean region during her address to this year's UN General Assembly.
My friends, we are reminded that 2024 is the final year of the United Nations Decade for the People of African Descent. Much has been achieved, but the recognition, the justice, and the development for people of African descent that was promised by this decade has, to say the least, not yet been fully realized. And it is for this reason that the Caribbean community joins the growing chorus, and my own country in particular, for the immediate proclamation of a second decade to complete the unfinished work and address the matter of reparations for slavery and colonialism.
The UN had proclaimed 2015 to 2024 as the decade for people of African descent, to be observed under the theme People of African Descent, Recognition, Justice and Development.
Trinidad and Tobago is criticizing those who oppose the enforcement of justice in a balanced manner by the International Court of Justice. Foreign Affairs Minister Amory Brown told the United Nations General Assembly that the ICC is valuable, effective, and necessary to help end impunity for perpetrators of the most heinous crimes and provide a glimmer of hope to victims.
Trinidad and Tobago condemns, rejects, and repudiates any and all attempts to impede, intimidate, or improperly influence the court, and its very courageous officials.
An ICC prosecutor had requested arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the Defense Minister Yoav Gallant on May 20 for war crimes and crimes against humanity in the Gaza Strip. U.S. President Joe Biden was among major leaders who had criticized the application for the warrants, saying they implied that Hamas and Israel were equal.
Grenada is sounding an international appeal for help to adapt to climate change. Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell says due to the repeated impact of storms on economies, lives and livelihoods, Grenada and other small island developing states need more than just money.
As a region, we have a clear vision and a plan to harness technology, ranging from drones that assess storm damage to early warning systems that enhance our preparedness. But we cannot fund these projects alone. While nations like Grenada are doing our part, we need the international community to step up and support our efforts. We are asking for more than just financial aid. We are looking for partnerships where we can work together on climate adaptation, because we believe the resilience we are building today through technology, through innovation, through partnerships can serve as a model for others.
He says Grenada cannot continue to build after every storm without seeking sustainable solutions such as financial tools and technologies.
1 million Eastern Caribbean dollars. That was among the gifts presented as St. Lucians wrapped up 4 days of homecoming celebrations for their Olympic champion, Julian Alfred. Prime Minister Philip Pierre.
We will name the Millennium Highway from Cul-de-sac to Latop Roundabout the Julian Alfred Highway. We will construct a monument at the Cul-de-sac Roundabout in honor of Julian Alfred. We will issue a stamp in honor of Julian Alfred. We will print exercise books with pictures of Julian Alfred. The government will give her a piece of land measuring 10,720 square feet. And most of all, she will get from the people of St. Lucia $1 million.
Alfred won St. Lucia's first ever Olympic medals, gold in the 100 meters and silver in the 200. This has been the morning edition from the Caribbean News Desk. You may contact us by phone or WhatsApp on +592 700 9293. Thanks for listening.
And looking further afield, we hear that Israel says it has carried out a large-scale airstrike on Yemen, targeting what it calls military targets of the Houthi terrorist regime. It says power plants and a port were hit in Ras Isa and Hudaya. A Houthi media spokesman says the Yemeni support front will not stop. The strikes came as Israel carried out more attacks across Lebanon and Hezbollah fired more rockets into northern Israel. And finally, rescuers in Nepal recovered dozens of bodies from buses and other vehicles that were buried in landslides near the capital Kathmandu, as the death toll from flooding rose to at least 148, with dozens missing, so says officials, they said on Sunday. The weather improved on Sunday following 3 days of monsoon rains, and rescue and cleanup efforts were underway. Kathmandu remained cut off on Sunday as 3 highways out of the city were blocked by landslides. Rescuers retrieved 14 bodies overnight from 2 buses that were headed to Kathmandu when a landslide buried them. Another 23 bodies were dug out from vehicles Sunday on the same spot, about 16 kilometers from Kathmandu, and workers searched for others who may have been buried. A statement by the Nepal police said another 101 people were injured in the flooding and landslides, while 50 are missing. The death toll was expected to rise as reports come in from villages across the mountainous country. And that's the regional roundup and international news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead, followed by the weather. Sporting fans, good morning. England's bid for a comeback series victory against Australia fell short as the tourists bit the rain in Bristol to win the deciding fifth one-day international. The hosts, having come from 2-0 down to level the series, posted 309 after being put into bat, with Ben Duckett scoring 107, his second ODI century, and captain Harry Brook a 72. But that was a disappointing total given a rampant start which took England to 202 for 2 inside 25 overs. Brooks' dismissal began a familiar collapse as 8 wickets fell for 107 runs, all of them to spin, and his side were dismissed in the final over. Australia was similarly aggressive at the start of the chase, openers Travis Head and Matt Shott flogging 78 from the first 7 overs. Head was caught at extra cover for 31 and Shott nicked behind on 58, but the onslaught had put Australia well ahead of the game with rain clouds looming. The match threatened to end the farcical fashion, with England attempting to slow proceedings and ensure the 20 overs needed for the contest were not bowled in time. At that stage, Australia were 165 for 2, 45 runs ahead of the par score, and the players did not return, with the tourists winning the series 3-2. England's attention now turns to a 3-match test series in Pakistan, with 7 of this party flying out on Tuesday. The series opener begins in Multan on Monday, October 7th. That's the sports. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead. It's 3 minutes after 7 o'clock. We now join the folks at the Met office for the latest weather forecast. I say good morning to my good friend Trishy Miller. Trishy, good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you, listeners of GBN. It's a fair morning here at the airport. Winds are calm. Barometric pressure 1012.7 millibars, which is below the mean, and it's rising. Present temperature 28.6 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 83%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 32.4 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature last night was 27.1 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, no rainfall was recorded here at the MBIA, hence the total for the month remains at 84.5 millimeters. Now the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy with a few light to moderate morning showers. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 32.5 degrees Celsius. Seas slight to moderate, waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Tides will be low around 9 a.m. and high about 3 p.m. Sunset this evening at 5:57. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 5:56. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy with a few light to moderate morning showers. From the Met Office, Trisha Miller.
Thank you very much, Trishi. Have yourself a great day now.
Thank you, and same to you.
Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Hey, Lynn.
Hey, neighbor.
Here's the bill I asked you to pay for me.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need. And we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use.
So while Grenada can't control fuel prices, I can conserve energy and save money.
Grenlink, energizing our Grenada.
5 minutes after 7 o'clock to end the news, a recap of the headlines. A man placed on bail in the first illegal dumping matter before the court system. Taiwan's exclusion from the United Nations criticized by St. Kitts and St. Vincent leaders. Internationally, at least 148 people are dead in floods and landslides in Nepal. And in sports, Australia beat England and the rain to win the series 3-2. That's the morning edition of news for today, Monday, the final day of September the 30th. And on behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending the invitation to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Make home yours every day with Courts. Everything you want. Make home yours anytime with Courts. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Get value for your money. Courts have the best quality. Home is what you make it. Best prices and good credit. Courts have it all. Home is what you make it. Top brands, you're sure to get it all. Courts have it all.
Courts has what you need to make home yours. You can get it all with easy payment plans using Courts Ready Finance. Courts, make home yours.
As we get ready to give thanks, the long Thanksgiving weekend. Legends Promotions presents the 18th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Saturday, October 26th, Grenada Trade Center at 7:30 p.m. Featuring the 1980 Calypso Monarch Survivor. Together with Stubbles. 10 times Calypso Monarch Scholar. Alongside Luta, Tobago Kuso, and 7 times Soca and 10 times Road March King. Super Blue. Super Blue. Tickets cost $60 and are available at all Gittins Healthcare Pharmacies, Wall Street, Grenville, and Guelph. Springs Shopping Center, St. David's Pharmacy, Clear Vision Eye Care Center, on the Carinage, and Gittins Pharmacy, St. George's. It's the 18th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Saturday, October 26th, Thanksgiving weekend, Grenada Trade Center, 7:30 p.m. You can't afford to miss this one.
Spend $50 or more at any Hubbard's department or participating outlets for a chance to win free fuel, free drinks, free prizes, free property and vehicle insurance, free Hub TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free Dutch Lady milk, free passes to Sunshine promotion events for 2024, free groceries, all for one whole year. And every winner receives a free lunch package. But that's not all. Drive away in style in a brand new Isuzu D-Max. It sips, it doesn't guzzle. So fill out your entries and place them into the marked entry boxes. This promotion is brought to you in part by Dutch Lady, Danny, Promo, Supreme Bleach, Creative Chef, Grenlac, Floor, Salt Petroleum, Grenadian General Insurance Company Limited, Coca-Cola, Sunshine Promotion, Caribberies, Coop Bank, Sesame Spain, and Food Fear. Promotion runs from April 2nd to December 24. Terms and conditions apply.
Good morning, one. Welcome all to the conversation this morning. It's indeed a pleasure to be with you here this morning. And as I hinted to you, we will be relatively busy this morning in terms of conversations. I've got with me live via our Zoom platform. Unfortunately, Minister Kieran James cannot make it to the Zoom conference. But speaking on the same substantive topic is none other than Mr. Felix Hernandez Shah. He is going to give you his detail, his portfolio and so forth, but we're speaking primarily on the Sagazam conference that will be held tomorrow and Wednesday. It's a good time to say good morning, Mr. Shah.
Good morning, and I see on the platform that you have a message from Minister James. Welcome, Minister. I think she's on.
Okay, well, is showing that, but we got a confirmation from the ministry that she's...
Yes, good morning.
Oh,
good
she's
morning.
actually
I'm
here.
on right. I made it. I only have a few minutes to spare, so good morning.
Okay, good morning. You need to put on your camera. Okay, while Minister gets her camera sorted out, Mr. Shaw, could you tell us, give us some background information on who this goodly gentleman is?
Yeah, good morning. And good morning to all. Thank you for having us today. Well, I work for the European Union, and I'm the director for Latin America and the Caribbean. I manage most of the budget that the European Union has addressed to Latin America, and of course in charge of working and promoting sustainable development here in Latin America through the Global Gateway investment strategy. And here we are in Grenada.
And how is Grenada? How have you been in Grenada?
Well, it's been lovely. We had 3 strong days of work ahead of us.
Okay.
But we decided to come a bit early and touch base, sand, and water.
Okay,
I think we got plenty of that.
Well, of course, that's the right place to be. All right, so we're heading into what is dubbed the Sargassum Conference. Could you give us some background information on this?
Yeah, but I'm going to ask you a question.
Sure.
Do you have sargassum to sell?
To sell? No, I don't have a storage facility for them.
Very good. Good answer. We're going to have a great day today.
Lovely.
Well, that's exactly what we're saying.
Okay.
We need to get someone to buy the sargassum, so we need to have someone to sell it, and that's what this conference is about. We have brought together, thanks to the leadership of Prime Minister Mitchell, we brought together with him and with the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States around 400 people coming from the research and development world, from the international financial institutions, both Latin American, Caribbean, and European, the banking sector, but also industry and private sector representatives, together with, of course, Caribbean representatives. And these people want to use sargassum for something. They want to buy it. And then it's my question, which I already put to Prime Minister Mitchell 3 months ago when we met in Antigua, is do you have sargassum to sell?
And that's a very exciting conversation to have, because sargassum, to many of us, it's bad news. All right, you see what it's been doing to our beaches, and you know, the smell of it and so forth.
I have touched it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Right. So as it relates to getting sellers and buyers in place, how has progress been going with that?
Well, I think the progress is going to be seen this week at the conference. As I say, we've brought everyone we feel has something to say about building a sargassum value chain. That's the title of the conference. It's called Turning the Tide, sargassum from threat to opportunity. But I like much more the pitch, do you have sargassum to sell? Because what we need, as you rightly said, we need to collect it offshore, not onshore, when it rots, smells, rots the beach, etc., etc. And then we need to store it someplace so someone can pick it up and do something with it. And we have lined up a number of companies that are looking for business opportunities. And we've lined up Caribbean governments to manage how can we build this value chain, all of us together. Because each and every island has a lot of sargassum, but the sargassum that each and every island can pick is not enough to make a business case.
Okay.
So we need to speak all together. We have also invited people from Mexico, from Costa Rica, from Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, the wider Caribbean, because they too are affected by the sargassum. And my question is going to be, and I think I'll bring you to the conference if you give that answer again, is do you have sargassum to sell? And you will reply to me, I need to store it. And I said, I'm going to help you.
Okay, yeah, that's the general consensus. The storage facilities that we would need that definitely, and then we can
and collection capacities.
Yes, and knowing Grenada as I do, we will find a good business opportunity from this, what some folks call a nuisance.
Yeah, well, nuisance, where some people see nuisance, others see opportunity.
Yeah,
and it's in this spirit of partnership that the Prime Minister was recalling earlier in your program this morning. It's with this spirit of partnership that we come here as the European Union to help this value chain pick up. We're ready to put support, technical assistance, capacity building skills to support the Caribbean governments and Caribbean islands and societies to pick up the sargassum earlier, i.e. on offshore and not onshore, treat it and store it in a way that then it can be sold for different purposes. It can be sold for biofuels. I think we're riding a car with a sargassum biofuel today. or tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. We have fertilizers. We can do clean energy with it. We can do cosmetics. We can do textile. But of course, all that takes a bit of time, takes a bit of risk, and takes a bit of vision. And I think in Grenada this week, we're going to have all of that put together.
Okay, I'd like to invite Minister James to the conversation. Minister James, you with us, right?
Yes, I'm here. I apologize that I can't turn on my video as I'm now in transit, so I don't want to distract the changing environment.
Fair enough. But a quick question. From a Grenada's perspective, what does that Sargassum conference mean to us?
Well, as Felix set the context earlier on, under the leadership of Prime Minister Mitchell, on the margins of the fourth conference for small island developing states that was held in May in Antigua, Grenada was given the opportunity to host this prestigious conference. What does that mean? It means that we have an opportunity to showcase Grenada to the world, to showcase Grenada for experts, be it the scientists, be it financial institutions, persons who are interested in investing in the Caribbean basin, to come together in our country to help us, as Felix rightfully mentioned, see sargassum not as a threat, but also as opportunities. And you mentioned as well, too, in your opening statements that when we hear about sargassum, when we think about the time in which, in the year in which this comes to our shores, it's a nightmare for fisher folk, it's a nightmare for residents who lives on these vulnerable areas, the coastal areas, and it's a nightmare for our tourism product. So what we wanted is to be, in front or be very much involved in the dialogue from the Caribbean perspective and the region's perspective. Prime Minister is also the chair of CARICOM. So we have a mandate, not only as CARICOM, but as individual countries, to see how best we can leverage our collective to dealing with this issue. It doesn't only affect Grenada, it doesn't only affect St. Vincent and the likes. It affects almost everyone in that part of the world. So to us, it means that we are leading from the front. We have the capabilities and the support to gather that type of international exposure that is needed to help us to see that we can do something with sargassum. We're not a case just waiting to be helped when a disaster comes or with the change in climate. We're just here looking for handouts, but we want to be able to have persons see the opportunities, invest in us, and give us that foot or that feet to stand on so that we can chart our way and that we can develop our economies.
Okay, that's interesting, very interesting. And from a government standpoint, are we as a people, are we prepared to capitalize on all the what will come from the conference? Are we in a position? Are we poised to capitalize on it?
Of course, and I say yes with no reservations, because we have been dealing with this issue with the sargassum for quite a long time. We have tried our utmost to clean up quite a number of our farmers. I'm sure maybe based on what part of the island you're from, you might have heard or you probably even seen farmers use the sargassum in their farms. Some was successful, some was not. So there's room and there is a vibe and a fervor among different stakeholders in Grenada who has read of, did their own research about how to use sargassum and have been using it before. Some trial and errors, of course, happen. So there's a natural zeal and a natural want to see how we can capitalize on that. So I think what is needed now, what has been missing over the years, is a more sustainable way of dealing with it, and a more scientific way of dealing with it. And so, of course, the economic part of it also comes into play. So we are ready. We have been ready in terms of having the financial support to really and truly invest in the type of research and invest in the type of science that is needed to follow sargassum and to follow the scientific component and aspect of it that has been missing for a long time. And so we have an opportunity now this week to commence and to chat that way forward.
Wonderful. I'm coming back to Felix now. Going ahead to the conference starts tomorrow, right? In your evaluation, how from the international community, the region, the Caribbean basin, how is it doing in terms of the sargassum, the quantity that we find? Would it be competitive with other regions?
Well, I don't think it's a matter of being competitive, if I may. I think it's a matter of changing, as we were saying, the conference, turning the tide. Right now, everybody sees this is something we need to get rid of. We have now the opportunity, and I think Minister James was saying it very well. And I would like to leave a challenge that I will ask everyone in the conference. But I think Grenada is particularly well suited politically, with political will, to do it. Can we? We have measured in millions of tons the amount of sargassum that runs in the Caribbean. About 10% of that is collected onshore, which is not very good. But only 10% of that 10% is collected onshore. I'm confusing myself. 10% is being collected onshore, and of that 10% is being collected offshore. We need the sargassum offshore. Can we work with the government of Grenada in the coming 2 years so that by 2026, the estimated around of 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 tons that Grenada has been picking up on the shore, can we work so that we have those tons picked up offshore, at the sea, where they don't hurt anyone? And can we use them to start a pilot case here in Grenada with some companies to see if people will buy what Grenada has to sell? That will require, and we've already started conversations with Minister James, with the Prime Minister, that will require capacities, it will require infrastructure, it will require equipment. But just imagine that everyone did the same thing in the Caribbean. Then we would have plenty of sargassum, and it wouldn't be a question of being competitive. It's a question of having the resource, because the problem is not whether you're competitive or not, is whether you have the resource. And that was my very question at the very beginning for you this morning, is do you have sargassum to sell? And you said no. So it doesn't matter if you're competitive or not here in Grenada, you don't have sargassum to sell. That's where we want to go. And that's where I think the Prime Minister saw it very quickly in Antigua, and that's where we're here today.
Okay, so that means, as you intimated there, resources for equipment and so forth. So there will be a particular methodology that will be employed in terms of collecting the sargassum seaweed offshore.
Yeah.
Is that being used anywhere else around the globe at the moment?
Yeah, we have a big program in Europe, because of course, we have two big closed seas, the Baltic Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. So the benefits of using algae, floating seaweed, and using them for all kinds of things, as we said before, biomass, cosmetics, etc., after adequate treatment, the beneficial economic, environmental, and social, let's not forget the social beneficial part, of using the floating seaweed is enormous, and it's being very well developed in Europe. So what we want is to bring all that technology and bring all that knowledge and bring it here to Grenada and to the Caribbean and put it in motion. We are convinced that in the end, this is a business case that will work. This will be competitive. The companies are here, and they are here because they think there's a business opportunity. They're not here because they like you and me and Minister James. They're here because they see, opportunity here. But what they are saying is we need to access the resource. And that's where we can go. Our part here as the European Union, as the government of Grenada, is put in motion the necessary processes, the necessary technology, infrastructure, and equipment so that it happens. And if it happens, we'll be just, kicking the ball off, but then the game will no longer be ours. The main game will be between Grenada and companies who want to buy Sargassum.
Wonderful. Minister James, back to you. How excited and anxious is the current administration in embracing this prospective opportunity?
Well, we have, and through Prime Minister's guidance and leadership, we have launched or rebranded our Nationally Sustainable Development Plan, dubbed as Vision 75. And Vision 75 is a continuation and a more focused guide as to how we can, or how we will build Grenada going forward. And that's in and out of the electoral cycle. And embedded in Vision 25 is 5 pillars: agriculture, education, energy, health, and the environment. And so if we are to talk about developing our country within these 5 pillars, sargassum is an issue. It affects almost 3 out of the 5. We are indeed excited because we believe that we have to develop Grenada sustainable for this generation and future generation. We have put in so much in such a short space of time to get this conference up and running because we realize that the conversation needs to happen in a more collaborative and holistic form. What you would see happening is that quite a number of countries have been doing this on their own, individually. They have been doing the research, who has the capabilities of doing research, who has the capabilities of supporting farmers to make byproducts with the sargassum has been doing so. But there has never been, from our side of the region, a forum that brings us together as a whole. And so if that does not speak volume as to how serious or how prepared we are for this conference, or how prepared we are to chart the way forward to see sargassum as an opportunity, then I don't know what is.
All right, I like this. All right, as we're wrapping up, Felix, when the conference would have concluded, what is the next step?
Well, I would hope, Minister James was saying something which is very important. This is the first conference that aims at bringing a lot of people together from different walks of the value chain, between and in Caribbean and the wider Caribbean. Our aim would be to generate one single conversation where everyone tries to focus on answering my question: do you have sargassum to sell? And if we manage that, I'm very confident with the government of Grenada and the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, and with the others, the Dominican Republic, Mexico, other countries in the region, we would like to meet back in 2025, work towards the EU FELAC summit, and present pilot cases where this is going to happen. And that's where I would like to take the next steps is, as I said, can we ask governments to say, this is my plan to pick up sargassum and sell it. If I asked you, do you have rum to sell? You would smile at me, probably laugh at me, or even say, come on, man, you didn't come to the radio to ask for rum. By the way, I am a demandeur of a couple of tips here because I need to get back some Grenada rum. But this is a question. Can you answer the question for me in the next conference? Can you present how you're going to answer it so I can support you? That's the question we're going to do. And I'm very confident that we're going to make it happen.
Okay. All right. As we wrap up, Minister James, after the conference, what's next? Minister? All right. Minister James seemed to We're having connectivity issues. Okay, well, Felix, I want to thank you for being with us this morning, and we look forward to get the news as to what transpired in the conference and how we chart the course ahead for what could be a very lucrative industry, which we thought was a nuisance. It can, you see, hence the reason why I always encourage people to, out of every bad situation, look for the positive. Because what has been a problem to us is now going to be, if all goes well as planned, it's going to be beneficial. So thank you, Felix, and all the best. Enjoy Grenada to the fullest. And one of my members in the audience said it's Grenada, not Granada.
I think I did say Grenada. But,
yes.
It's, for a Spanish national, it comes very reasonable.
Yeah.
In fact, everybody was asking me, but why are you going to Grenada to pick up seaweed? I said, no, it's not this Grenada. It's the other one.
Okay. All right. So have a good time. And we look forward to getting some more information from that conference. So all the best and keep us informed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much
for the opportunity.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much.
GBN is your home for this year's Republic Bank CPL. Please note there will be adjustments to our programming lineup on Tuesday, October 1st, Wednesday, October 2nd, and Friday, October 4th. Transitions will air at 5:05 p.m., followed by GBN Television News at 6 p.m. And don't miss the news repeat right after the CPL match. Transitions will also be rebroadcast after the news repeat, so you won't miss a thing. GBN bringing you sports coverage anywhere and everywhere. Looking to take your business to new heights? Advertise with GBN on our social media platforms and get noticed by our 138,000 plus followers. Reach a massive engaged audience ready to connect with your brand. No matter your business size, GBN is here to help you grow. Contact us today at admin@gbn.gd or WhatsApp 407-8458 to get started. Holiday season, get ready for a magical celebration packed with culinary delights, crafts, and music that will bring joy to your heart. But that's not all. Lots of giveaways are waiting for you. Stay tuned and make this Christmas one to remember only with GBN.
All right, welcome one, welcome all back to the conversation. And with me at this time is my Monday's riding partner, Miss Josephine Walters, representing, of course, Ariza Credit Union. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Innocent. You had a good weekend?
I hope so.
You hope so?
Yeah,
you should know.
I hope I did have a good weekend. How about you?
Tiring, but okay.
Okay, good. And how is the financial wellness clinic going along?
Plans are in place,
Okay.
obviously. Plans are definitely in place for the financial wellness clinic.
Okay.
Test all systems today. All systems go? No, not test all systems. We're ready.
Okay.
So, for those who don't know what the financial wellness clinic is, well, of course, wellness speaks to health. So we're talking about having a healthy relationship with your money. Yes? Okay. You earn it.
Yeah.
You work hard for it.
Have a good relationship with it.
You should make it work for you.
Yeah.
And October is, well, happy October. Tomorrow is the 1st of October, you know.
September is gone.
Yes, October is Financial Literacy Month. So Ariza is embracing this opportunity to embark on nationwide initiative to bring awareness and understanding of money that to as many people as possible. So what is great about this is that it's not limited to Ariza's members.
Okay.
Anyone can join. It's virtual and in person, so it's hybrid. And you can go to our Facebook page and either click on the link or scan the QR code. So if you have your device in your hand, there's no reason. If you have a QR code, it makes it sometimes a little more difficult because you have to get another device to scan it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But you have a link, so you just hit on the link.
Hit the link and
when you hit the link, please indicate to us which seminars you're going to be attending, which days, and whether it's in person or via Zoom.
Okay. All right.
In person or online. So we're just going to go through it briefly. Tomorrow we start with Michael Archibald. Of course, that's his forte.
Ponty. Michael Ponty.
Michael Ponty Archibald. I should have said that. That is his forte.
Yes.
And he is going to be doing your money and you. So obviously that speaks to relationship. So he's going to really kickstart this whole thing. And we expect that to be a very excellent presentation. Mm-hmm. What we would ask is that people make it interactive because, of course, it's up to you. You ask the pertinent questions, and obviously the expert will have the answers. Anything that you ask that is not answered will be answered at a later date. You can bet that. That we will keep in touch. There will be follow-ups, and the month doesn't end with this session. It's not just us doing this. Later on, you would hear the other things that we are rolling out with other experts because we will have more. Of course, it's a busy month for us because October is as well Credit Union Month. You have Credit Union Day, smack in the middle on the 17th.
Big function.
Big things that go on.
Yes, yes, big things that go on.
Credit Union Day is for all of our members throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Piedmont to come out and have a good time. So we also have on Wednesday our own CEO, Mervyn Lord, on wealth creation. He's big on wealth creation. Wow. I remember talking to him one day. It was just a couple of us, and he said, some people don't want to accumulate wealth because they don't want to manage wealth. They don't really want to be bothered. They just prefer a simple 9 to 4, do your thing, retire, enjoy your life. That's it. They're not interested in wealth creation, but he's big on it, and he's big on generational wealth. Yes? So I think we should all be big on generational wealth. Yeah? So he's going to do the Wednesday session. And then on Thursday, you have a coming together, a meeting of the minds. So you have Mr. Lord is going to be back. You have Wilcox Roberts, who has spent his entire working life in, he wouldn't want me to say how long that's been, maybe well over 40 years, in insurance. Why insurance? Because after you create this wealth, it could be real estate, it could be that you own your own business, you have a structure. Why would you not insure it?
Yeah, in the event.
Here comes water, here comes rain, here comes another burial, and it's all gone. in one fell swoop, you lose everything you've worked for so hard. And then we have Mr. Diali, who needs no introduction, Christopher Diali. So he's going to be doing tips and tricks on financial attainment, management, everything. Yeah? So it's a nice matchup. It's a good coming together. So whatever, wherever people may have had questions Monday, Tuesday, the experts can still answer those questions on Thursday.
Okay.
And there is going to be room on the forms, and so for you to be able to say to us what you liked, what you didn't like, give us feedback. Would you like to see something like this again? Did you like the format? Everything. Because obviously we want to be sure that what we're feeding you is palatable. It's what you want, it's what you need. Yes? Sometimes it's not so palatable. It might not taste so good,
but it's good,
but it's what you need.
Yeah.
Yes, you may be taking some medicine. It didn't taste good, but it's what you need.
Not all vegetables are tasty, but they're very necessary.
So you might get, and I would advise people to do the 3 days, to attend for the 3 days, because they really do complement each other. Ponty won't cover everything, neither will Mr. Lord. And then you have the 3 panelists coming in at the end.
Okay.
And it starts from 5:30 every day and goes up to 7 o'clock.
Okay.
So you're home, you're comfortable, you're able to do whatever you're doing in the kitchen with your phone on.
Yeah, and just be a part.
And be a part. Or for those who have the time and choose to come into us, let us know early, because obviously we have to be able to cater for you. We don't want you to come and stand in the corridor now, do we?
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes we can be very late. So, if you're interested, this is the time. It's Monday. We're starting tomorrow. So obviously, hit the link, scan the code, let us know what days you're interested in attending, and obviously you'll be a part of that.
Can someone attend all days?
Yes, I'm suggesting that I'm strongly advocating
because one leads into the next.
Yeah, one really does complement the other. Okay. So it would be good for everybody to attend. Everybody interested, obviously, to attend all days and to provide us with the feedback. Don't forget to provide the feedback, because how would we know what was best for you, what is most suited to you, and where you need more help? Okay. Maybe in a particular area, most people need help in a particular area, which may mean that we can set up a forum just to address those concerns. Okay. And so we'd like the feedback as well.
And have our members been coming in with the information, refreshing the contact information as you requested?
We do have some members, not as many as we would like. We want them to flood, but of course, I'm going to check those stats and get back to you, because people are using AMI as well. But here is the deal. It's called 3D Secure. It's another layer of security to ensure that you have a good experience when you're shopping and that you're safe. So you may, at some point, suppose the vendor is A&A, whoever A&A is, and at some point a code is generated. And remember, this is all Visa, Connex.
Okay.
A code is generated when you get to but suppose, most likely when you get to close the cart, you get to the point where you're going to proceed to the checkout and you want to finish this deal. You get a code. You can't continue. They said a code was sent to you. It's sent to telephone number that ending 49. You no longer have that number.
Right.
Or email address. You don't have that email address. So it's a simple thing. We're simply saying your email address, and this is specifically for card holders. Remember, it's not everyone, because we're talking about shopping online. You can only shop online if you have a card. And this is why we're saying that we're suggesting strongly that you get AMI, the app, because it makes it so easy. If you get the app, you open AMI, and to the left corner, you'll see 3 lines. That's your menu. You just touch on the menu. It opens up. You see profiles and settings. You hit that, and it just comes up. email address, telephone number. I walked it through. Well, I walked it through right here, and you saw it.
Yes.
So
that's
once
simple.
I hit telephone, it came up. My number was right. So I hit cancel. Went to email. Email was correct. So it's tested, and it's convenient. Wherever you are, you can just update your information, and you're fine. We do not want you to have a bad shopping experience.
Especially now, where the bad actors are really upping their game.
Oh, they're out there. They're upping the ante. I mean, you better believe it. They're finding every which way to find a loophole somewhere.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes you just loosely, you forget your card. Maybe even at work. You put the card down. I looked at something the other day where a man was detained at a checkpoint so that his partner could take a picture of his phone, of his card.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a passenger. So you can have these dishonest things happen, and your financial information becomes exposed that way because your card is exposed, and then so are you.
Yeah.
So if a code is generated, it comes to you, you should be thankful.
Right. It's so important, you know, as we do the wrap, it's so important now to have every possible protection that you can. Every security feature that is available, try and have it because of the day in which we operate.
Yes, and while we're at that, you know, sometimes you have children, and we see it. Sometimes you just see children going to the ATM. We know that card is not theirs. So parents, be careful. Your child may be honest, but the child standing with them might not be.
Yeah.
And what happens? Hold this for me.
Yeah.
Hold my bag for me. You're on the let me hold your bag for you. These things happen.
Yeah.
The child knows what he or she is up to, but your child may be innocent.
Yeah.
Your child may not be. They may be going on a shopping spree. Okay. So we have to be careful.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anything you want to add before?
Well, just that you should have I'm wishing you a lovely day.
Of course.
And, of course, to invite Grenada, Carriacou, and PG Martinique to join us for financial wellness so that you can have a healthy relationship with your money. You work too hard for it.
That sounds nice.
That it should just go down the drain.
Yeah, you and your money should be best of friends.
So that's why we're having the Financial Wellness Clinic. People remember, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday from 5:30. Get to the Facebook page. You will see the presenters, the subjects they're presenting on. Choose the days, choose the ones you want to attend. Let us know on the line, on the form if you're going to attend virtually or in person, and we're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring my love to Ariza as always.
As usual, and Herschel and Mr. Lord.
Yes, and the securities.
And the
yes, of course, everybody.
I'll ensure that I do that. I'll make sure as soon as I step through the door, I put security and say, Innocent said, have a lovely day.
Have a lovely day, good. Lovely. Folks,
my dear.
We take a break, we come back. As I told you, it's very busy this morning. When we come back, we've got a representative from the Creative Arts Secretariat. We'll be back after this.
GBN is your home for this year's Republic Bank CPL. Please note there will be adjustments to our programming lineup on Tuesday, October 1st, Wednesday, October 2nd, and Friday, October 4th. Transitions will air at 5:05 p.m., followed by GBN television news at 6 p.m. And don't miss the news repeat right after the CPL match. Transitions will also be rebroadcast after the news repeat, so you won't miss a thing. GBN, bringing you sports coverage anywhere and everywhere.
2, 3.
Oh, take it outside, guys.
Are you excited to see your brother?
Billy forgot his keys again.
I'll get it.
Ma'am, we're here this afternoon to inform you that Billy's been involved in a motor vehicle collision and he has since passed.
Distracted driving is a deadly decision.
Who are you sharing your secondhand smoke with?
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to this busy Monday morning right here on The Conversation. I've got with me from the Grenada Office of the Creative Affairs, Miss Janelle Lewis.
Correct.
Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, the pleasure is always ours. How is that office doing?
How's the office doing? We're doing very good. We're doing very good. But I must say, before we start, I have to say congratulations to you, our fellow creative, on your crown.
Thank you.
So congratulations to you for that.
Thank you.
But that is, you see how that plays into what we do at the office to get creatives to think about their craft seriously, whether it's as a composer, a performer, you know, because we're rich in culture. So, you know, think about it seriously.
Okay, so I need to visit the office.
Yeah, well, we don't have a physical office, but yes, you need to log in. I've been here too many times to not have you registered as a creative. So after this, I'm going to put you on and you're going to go in the system and register yourself as a creative.
Okay. All right. Let's see how that one goes. So you have a number of activities coming up. You've got a workshop, you have seminars, you have... Tell us about it.
Yes. So, well, all the activities that we do, you know, the last time I was here, we had the Crafting Success Workshop. So this week we have a intellectual property series, so an IP series. And when creatives hear IP, they're very interested in it because they want to know, like, you know, how can I protect my work? How can I monetize my work? So on Wednesday, the 2nd, at the Grenada Trade Center Annex, we have an intellectual property workshop. And it's called Guard Your Genius, Mastering the Essentials of Intellectual Property. So that one will be facilitated by Dr. Erica Smith out of Barbados. She is a well-seasoned intellectual property expert, and she'll be hosting the workshop so that our creatives can understand copyright, understand trademarks, understand formularizing a IP strategy, geographical indications, and so on. So that is what that workshop would be on Wednesday. And as a follow-up to the workshop, or as a broader conversation, we're going to have a panel discussion on Thursday the 3rd, and the panelists would we would see the likes of our very own Eugene Gittins, Mr. Irvin Hood. We'll also have Dr. Tom Fleming. He'll also be on the ground. We'll have Dr. Erica Smith again, and that will be moderated by our very own creative economy advisor, Orlando Romine. Oh, and we'll also have Mr. Robert Branch, the registrar at the Corporate Affairs and Intellectual Property
Morning,
Office.
Robbie. Good morning. Very brilliant guy.
Very brilliant guy. So we're going to have him too. So if you think about the panelists, we have such a wide range of panelists, and I think it'll be a good conversations for our creatives to come out and listen to the panel discussion, participate in it, and after the panel discussion, there'll be sort of a networking cocktail session where they can talk, they can explore ideas, they can probably collaborate, because you never know who's in the space. You never know how what you do can help what I do and things like that. So they'll be able to collaborate, talk to these industry leaders, and so on.
From your department's operation, how people gravitating towards the creative industry?
Yes, they are. They are. There are many people who do a lot of things, but they never saw, at least before, they didn't see, where is the support? Where is the support for what I do? So I am an artist. Where is the support for me? I go to a commercial bank and I'm not able to get funding. That's where our office comes in. We have the Business Development Fund with the Grenada Development Bank that's specific for creatives. Then we talk about capacity building initiatives like this one. Because where are they going to get the information? Who is the one spearheading the efforts to make sure that what creatives need to know within the space? Who's spearheading the efforts to make sure that they come together and they learn this? So capacity building, the workshops that we have, the courses that we have with TAMCC, specific for the creatives. Even when you think about importing things like the paint and the brushes and the easels and the canvases, they're able to get the concessions for that. So you see the operation of the office or the activities of the office really and truly does holistically support creatives. So they are gravitating to that.
Wow. Well, that's good. And the people are, one of the things I'm noticing is that earlier, not so distant past, we had a lot of singers, but who did not take what they're doing with a business approach.
Right.
Has that changed?
Slightly, because remember too, with all the things that you're doing here, you need to be registered with Inland Revenue and registered with NIS and registered for your payments of your Inland Revenue and NIS, right? And register your business. So the first approach to starting to get people to think of their business as a business is to at least get them to register first. And I don't want to jump the gun, because then when it comes now, we're talking about the intellectual property workshop now, but then we're also going to have a workshop a bit later on in a couple weeks regarding record keeping, because we're advising you to register your business, register with Inland Revenue, register with NIS. And then we don't want, when tax time comes, you're like, I don't know what to do. So we give you the tools that is required for you to be supported. So yes, they are beginning to think of their business as a business. They are beginning to see how it is that they can explore their craft. And that's where the IP workshop then comes in. Because how do you monetize your creativity? How do you view IP as a pathway to creative independence? And that's actually one of the topics that the panelists will be addressing. Because how do I now take my craft, take what it is that I do as a hobby, take what it is that I do on the weekend, and ensure that it's a viable business stream.
Okay, lovely. I'm happy to hear that our locals are gravitating to that. Okay, so as we wrap, I want you to remind us of that activity that's coming on this week.
Yes. So it'll be our intellectual property series, mastering the essentials, protecting your creativity through IP. So the first one is a workshop. It'll be held on Wednesday, the 2nd of October. It's at the Grenada Trade Center Annex from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. However, participants who want to take part in the workshop needs to register. So you can either send us a WhatsApp message 534-4622. We can send you the link, or you can go to our Facebook or Instagram and you'll find the link there in our bios. You can also send us an email at info@creativeaffairs.gov.gd, and you can register for the workshop there. If it is that you can't make it to the workshop, whether because you have other commitments or so on, we would really love it if you can attend the panel discussion, because the panel discussion would be really good. It would take a holistic approach to intellectual property, diving into so many topics. The panel discussion will be on Thursday, the 3rd of October from 5:30 p.m. So it's in the evening time, so you can come and you can bring some of your Calypso friends. It'll be in the evening, 5:30 to 9, and we'll have our creative economy advisor, Mr. Orlando Romaine. As the moderator, we'll have Mr. Eugene Gitton, Mr. Hovin Hood, Dr. Erica Smith, Mr. Robert Branch, and Dr. Tom Fleming on the panelists, and it's going to be excellent. After you're finished on the panel discussion, network, have a little eat, have a little drink, network with your fellow creatives, mingle, and so on. Discuss your ideas.
Okay. Sounds good, folks. You heard it. Those of you in the creative industry, this is a golden opportunity to get some more familiarization with the whereabouts of, and see how the Creative Affairs,
the Grenada Office of Creative Affairs, can assist you in unlocking your creative potential through IP. That's the theme.
Ms. Lewis, thanks.
You're welcome.
And I promise you, in the not too distant future, I'm going to invite you for a full segment where we can really delve into the intricate operations of the office.
Okay, thank you.
Folks, that's it for the conversation. We had to omit the BBC this morning, but we'll make it up. It's 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. We take a break. We come back with the music.